Okay, it's day 78, part two, and here we have the Hill, Julia Manchester. TD Bank, which is the bank of Fusion GPS, hands over Fusion GPS bank records to Devin Nunes's House panel. They tried to do an emergency stay on this information. It wasn't successful. Devin Nunes's lawyers was able to get it. So here it is, TD Bank, okay, all remaining responsive documents. Now remember, they already had 112 transactions that have come out. I talked about that in an earlier situation this morning, these 112. The key question is these debits. You know, we know $12 million went from the DNC and other parties through to Fusion GPS and through to Christopher Steele. $12 million, a lot of money. The key question is, where did the money come from? That is the key question. We know that where a lot of it went to Fusion GPS, to law firms, to journalists and so forth. They handed over 70 documents. We don't know if that's 70 bank statements, monthly bank statements maybe. That would be over about 6 years of documents, or around 6 years of documents. That's potentially what they asked for. Fusion GPS has been in business since 2011, so that would square with the monthly documents, the monthly bank records theory. That's what I would ask for. I would ask for all the bank records from beginning to end. The key question now is the CIA. A lot of people are talking about 70% of our national intelligence budget is through the CIA. The CIA farms out 70% of its work. Farms out 70% of its work. So, you can look down here, you can look up private intelligence firms, private intelligence agencies, PIAs, whatever you want to call them, and you can see that Fusion GPS is highly mentioned. Now, going back to this bank statement, if these debits, these large transactions and deposits, why are those blacked out? Could it be that those are large payments from the CIA? If that's the case, then you have the CIA funding Christopher Steele here, which is funding Russian agents to come into the United States under a liaison loophole with the FBI, under the auspices of the FBI, to try to throw an election. So this is actually beyond espionage. We know the CIA tries to throw foreign elections, but this may be the first time, if this is true, this may be the first time the CIA has tried to throw a U.S. election that we can trace through bank records. We don't know yet. We don't know the answer to this. But it looks like if this criminal referral that Chuck Grassley's made about Christopher Steele comes true, we're going to be able to tie this back and unmask potentially. I think Trump needs to think about unmasking these transactions to Fusion GPS to see if those indeed are CIA.